Hey there, happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining me for a craft night with friends. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time for about an hour, and it's a time that we can relax and craft together. All right, we are continuing on the Splendid Sampler to quilt along. We started the Making Templates block last night, and we're doing it using it's applique, and we're doing it with the fusible web, the raw edge fusible web applique technique. So we're not doing needle turn applique like how it has in the instructions. We're doing it quick, down and dirty with the raw edge applique. So we got another piece to go here, and then our final assembly and sewing yet tonight. So that's the plan. Let's get going. All right, so thanks again for joining. I see Kathy popping in, Jackie, Lydia, Adrian. Nice seeing everyone. So, all right, here's where we left off. I got I got 5 little templates going. We have to make one more though, because remember one, I peeled it off and the template came on the wrong side, and I just had that little like piece of glue basically. So I do have to make one more because we need 6. Okay, so I have my fabric here, but I do need to trace. Here we go. I need to trace one more of these, and I don't think it's going to fit on this little scrap. Oh, it almost does, but I need a little bit of an edge to it. So I think we'll save that piece yet, and I'll get a fresh piece here. Okay, so we're gonna trace this. So this theoretically, this template piece is the reverse of what we need, but in this case, it's just it's a mirror image of it itself. So it's not. There's no like real reverse side or non-reverse side for this one. So hopefully we can get this to work this time. Last time I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get the piece peeled off, the fusible peeled off. So let's see if we can do it this time. Oop. There we go. Okay. I did clean up a little bit here, but man, all this applique stuff is just always so like messy. It just takes up so much space, so many little scraps of garbage everywhere, but we're getting it done. All right, so here's our piece that I'm going to be putting it on. Oh, and then we also need to cut our back piece and do that yet. All right, we use all scraps for our pieces, so I'm excited about that. Ooh, let me see, I'm missing your comments here. Oh, hello everyone. Okay, so I have the wrong side facing me, so the right side of the fabric, the good side, is facing down. And now let's see if I can get this to work. First of all, yeah, we can fit it in there. So I need to peel off this back side, but leave the front side, and that's what it didn't want to do yesterday, and it still seems like it doesn't want to do that. There, okay, good. Good enough, we got it. So now we can stick this on and now fuse it. So with the Steam-A-Seam 2, the fusible web that I'm using, it does stick down like a sticker first, which is kind of nice, but at this stage, I don't know, it's been a little bit annoying for me. So I'm fusing it down. We'll then trim this, and then we'll have our pieces, except for we do need the back fabric yet, so we'll have to cut that. Man, I need to clean. Look at the iron needs some cleaning, so we'll have to figure that out sometime here again. Maybe next week. That'd be a good time to do this. Have I seen Laurie Holt's method of applique? I haven't, Sylvia. I mean, the name's familiar, but I haven't specifically. I'll have to check it out. All right, let's trim this guy. I trimmed the good piece of fabric first, just so I can make sure that it doesn't have any fusible on. And these pieces I'll throw away because it'll have a little bit of the fusible and I don't want to accidentally iron that. Carefully going around the edge there, and there we go. Okay, finally, all of our pieces here, oh, except for our back fabric. So let's scooch all these guys out of the way for now. They can hang out up by the machine. Ooh, that looks dangerous though. That's a trip to the floor there. Let's not do that. Okay, so I need a 7-inch piece out of this. I guess this is getting pretty chopped up, this fabric. Let's just go wherever we can, I think. So I'm just pressing this little area, and then we will we'll cut our 7-inch piece. So I'll grab my big ruler out and do that 7-inch square. So technically it needs to end up being 6.5, but since we're doing applique, sometimes they have you make the square a little bit bigger. All right, let me grab my ruler. Okay, so 7 inches, so 7 to 7. Wow, we really are using up this fabric. So this will be the last time we can use this white, this particular piece for a background. But I have more white. I made sure I had a bunch of white before starting this project. Okay, so this has those little grippies on. I wonder, I haven't used this ruler too much yet. This is what is it? One of these, a Creative Grids ruler. So this is one that you guys recommended. I think I'm just going to rotate my whole thing here. Let's just, actually, you know what? I kind of find it annoying with fabric sitting nearby. I'm just going to trim that and fold it back. This guy too. There we are. All right, now lining up with that 7-inch square. Yeah, this isn't like slipping at all, so this is great. Okay, I'm liking these Creative Grid rulers so far, for sure. None of these things are cheap, though. That's a bummer. All these specialty crafting shenanigans. So that's something to build up to, for sure, if you're doing a lot of quilting. You don't need it all at once. But they do all those little, you don't need any of it, but man, it sure makes some things a lot easier and faster and more enjoyable. So, all right, I'm going to just fold this in half. You know what? Let's just do that with the iron a little bit. We'll get the pressing mat out here again because we're going to be fusing soon. So I'm going to just mark this in half. Just barely, just a little bit, and the other way too, just so I can place this oval a little bit more, and we'll see how that goes. Hey Sharon, hey Amy. Oh, it's different ends. Oh, our turned. It's different. Ends up turned under. Oh, like a reverse applique? I'll have to check that out. Always excited to learn new techniques for sure. So I'm just kind of getting the corners or the edges here a little bit again. All right, now we should be able to place everything where we want it. All right, so these are my kind of center lines. I suppose I should fold this in half too a bunch of times, but I think I'm going to just eyeball it. So I probably didn't need to really press it. We do have a little bit extra along the edges because we are doing it at 7 inches instead of 6.5. So if I'm a little off center, it's not going to be the end of the world. I could always get the ruler out too. But I'm going to eyeball it first. So I think we'll fuse the background down because I know I need the background down first, and then we'll arrange these guys. And we can stick them on right away too because they do have that sticky back, so we can just keep kind of moving them. But let's get this guy on first. So this is where we cut out, we just did the little like rim of the circle. We didn't put any on the inside here, so I think I can just pull from the inside and there we go. Pull that little bit of paper off, and that exposed the fusible. So theoretically I could fold this on, just like mark the edge and do it this way too. So that'll get a little bit of a fold in there, and there now we can match that up with our fold line. So like right there, right here, there. Now I don't have to eyeball it so much. It's just hopefully going to be in the right spot. I think that looks decent enough. Let me look from above. So, okay. The nice thing is that it does stick, so I can like kind of lift it up and see. I think we're fine. We are in good enough territory is what I think. So let's fuse this down. So this is going to be permanent now. We're not going to be moving this at all. Have you tried the freezer paper method? I have. Let me see who's asking. Oh, Lizzie. I have, but years ago. I'm trying to remember how we did that. So we fused. Okay, I think we used the freezer paper method to do like a needle turn applique look, and I think we fused it to the freezer paper, and then I think we took starch and tucked all the edges under and pressed it, and then we took the freezer out and we had like pre-tucked needle turn applique pieces. I've used it in that sense, and I think there's a different way to do it, and I need to explore that some more. That's kind of what this particular piece was supposed to be, but I'm like, we're just gonna scooch ahead and do the raw edge applique just to get it done faster. But yeah, maybe I'll have to check that out again. All right, so I'm gonna just kind of generally place these for a sec. I'm just kind of plopping them down here. I am going to take the backs off so we can stick them down, but I just kind of want to generally see. Let's just take a look at this again. So I'm just going to estimate it. It looks like, all the like 3 points are within these side ones. Their lines are parallel here, so I'm kind of looking at that. The real way to do it, how we could do it actually. Oh, maybe we can do that because I might be able to see through my paper here. So theoretically, I would have a light table underneath this pattern, but I think because I'm doing it on white, I can actually lay this design on here, and I can see where to place these right on here. Okay, I'm glad I thought of that because this is going to make this go a whole lot faster. All right, but I kind of like the positions that I put these in, so I think we'll just leave them like that. So let's go one at a time here. So I'm going to take, let's try that folding method. So I'm going to just kind of fold the edge of this, and there we go. And the back just popped off right away. That's awesome. Okay, let's kind of place our back again. I think it's kind of right like there. So theoretically, it wouldn't hurt taping this down, but we're gonna just wing it. All right, so I'm gonna just line this up with the template underneath, and kind of my line here still. I don't think I'm crooked, but we'll check afterwards. So let's do the other side. We still have to sew all these down yet, so we'll do that yet tonight. All right, so again, I'm lining up with the template. Oh, but that's not quite centered, the template there. Well, it is what it is. So it'll be my way of eyeballing it, and then I can adjust afterwards. We'll take it off this template, and I'll move things around. But to start out, this is helpful, I think. And again, the nice thing about the Steam-A-Seam too is that it is sticky, so I can kind of place it exactly where I want, but I can tweak it here and there if I need to later before fusing it. Oh, Jennifer, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Jennifer says, would it be better if I stitched it first? I think you're absolutely right. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to actually stop right now. These ones that don't have stickies on them yet, I'm just going to move them. And then I wonder if I can just move these out of the way while I stitch. Nah, they're going to be annoying. I'm going to take these off. We'll just start fresh. But yeah, I think you're right. Let's sew around this first because that'll be annoying to like start and stop over each thing. I'm glad I caught your comment. All right, let's do it. Let's see. I got burnt out on knitting and crochet. Oh, what crafts do I do to take a break? Ooh. Well, it depends on kind of what you vibe at. So if you knitting and crochet, I always suggest embroidery. Embroidery is another just super chill thing, but you can do, it's just like a little bit more pictorial than, crochet or knitting. So that, it might be a good change just because of that. Just a little different feel, but you're still dealing with fabric and thread. I guess, I mean, you're dealing with, needle craft still, I suppose. A little different medium, I suppose, though, for sure. But yeah, for something super similar, if you want to try tatting, if you haven't, if you don't know how to do that, that's kind of an exciting thing to learn, I think. What I like about embroidery, though, too, Jacob, is that the time investment is very small. So like if you're like, this isn't for me or whatever, like you can just stop. Like a small project will only take a couple hours, not like knitting. Like if you start a whole blanket and then you're like, crap, I don't want to do this blanket, then you're stuck, with a potential like 80 hours more work on it. But with embroidery, at least, like small little embroideries, like our kits and stuff, it's just a low time investment. So that's why I think it's a fun craft to try if you haven't done it. You can see if you like it and then make a decision after that. Alright, so I'm just slowly going around this. We're doing our little top stitching. I'm about a 16th or so from the edge. I'm just using the edge of my presser foot as a guide, and we're going slow. I think I still, that's why it's working so well. I still have it set on a really small stitch length, so there's lots of time to be able to turn and move things around, so that small stitch length is working well. Okay, so I am going to tie these threads off to the back like we did on the Lotus one yesterday. I'll go one more. There we go. And then we'll try doing the fusible again. But yeah, I'm glad we got the circle put on before we got too far. All right. So let's trim these little fellers. And pull these threads up from the other side. There we are. And now I'm going to just tie this whole thing in a knot. This is where I'm going to be clumsy. Slow motion knot tying. Oh, I did start those other doilies. I'm going to have to show you that. So, like, I've been doing a bunch of embroidery here lately, so I think that's one of the reasons. Just like you, Jacob, you're saying you're burnt out on knitting and crochet. What else can I do? I'm kind of doing the opposite. We've been doing so much embroidery here. I wouldn't say I'm quite burnt out on it or anything yet, but I think that's why I've been like crocheting lately. I've just been wanting to crochet, and so I started another weird doily project for no reason. Alright, let's try this again now. I'm gonna set this back on here. Again, I probably don't really need to do it this way, but it's kind of fun, I think. We need to scooch up a bit. There, let's call it like that, and now I don't know what went where, so we'll just plop stuff down. You can go here now. Yeah, it's gonna be so much easier to sew now that we have the circle on. That would have been annoying. Okay, then this guy. And we still have to fuse this too. Okay, you are here. Alright, now the rest I got. Oh, I think I rearranged these a little bit, but I kind of like them like this. Okay, good. Back in business. Surgery here again. There we are. I also have my little stiletto here. I could just kind of scooch things around with that a little bit. I think this is looking cute. I'm still happy that we went with 6 different scraps for this instead of all one color. Can I see the brand of the paper that I'm using? Oh, I am using, so for the fusible, God, I always forget what that's called. I'm using this brand called Steam-A-Seam 2. Oh, it's reverse for you. Oh, but Steam-A-Seam 2 Light. It's a horrible name. But anyway, the thing that's special about this, the Steam-A-Seam 2, is that it's a fusible that's actually sticky on both sides and fusible on both sides. So a lot of times... So a normal fusible web will be, it'll have paper on one side and then the fusible like glue on the other side. So you fuse the glue to your fabric, then you cut out your little applique shape from that fabric, and then you take the paper off and then fuse it onto your back fabric. So that's the same thing as what this does, except for it also sticks down like a sticker. So like I've stuck these down, so they're kind of in place. And that has a nice benefit of, like, I can rearrange and I can lay down a bunch of pieces at once without them, like, flying all everywhere. So I do like the stickiness of this, although it does get in the way sometimes. But because it's sticky, there's there's paper on both sides. Ooh, you're too high. Let's lower you a bit. Actually, I don't know if you're too high. We're going to have to just... I think we'll move this. I can already see that some things have to be scooched around. First of all, let's just see. Okay, it does look like all these spaces are supposed to be similar, and ours definitely are not. So let's putz around now. Let's scooch things around. So based on that, I'm thinking that these guys maybe need to go a bit lower. So we're gonna scooch down. I do know that they need to be horizontal here. This and this looks about the same height. It's kind of fun, this little moving everything is just just so it's right. So you can be scooched here. And I'll peek at this a little bit closer to in a sec here. It's hard when you're not like right above it. So I'll probably stick my head in here in a moment just to view it from the top. Okay, these don't look quite the same. Maybe not mad at that though. All right, let me look quick. Yeah, this can be angled up a little bit, I think. And whatever we do is going to be good enough anyway, so. Tilt it down a bit. All right, how are we looking there? Ugh, it almost looks like it all needs to scooch this way, doesn't it? I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna move. We're just gonna get picky. All right, so I am gonna scooch. Like I'm just looking. All I'm doing is like comparing spaces and stuff. So I'm seeing like this space is a lot smaller than this space. And you know what? A good way to do this too is just keep kind of rotating it and checking it out. But yeah, I'm gonna scooch those over. I suspect that like our middle line is not great. So let's just scooch over a hair. And scooch this one, and then I'm gonna scooch those two middle ones. I must be tired because I get pickier and more in perfection mode when I'm tired, like to the point where like nothing gets done. So that's no good. So I'm hoping to not get too much like that. I'd still like to finish this up. All right, and then yeah, let's scooch these guys over. I think a little lower too. How's that looking? That's not too shabby. It's always going to feel a little off too, I think, because the background has like these circles that are a little off center. It would have been nice to get, like I said yesterday, get this circle like right in the center there. All right, I gotta stand up a little bit again. Ooh, I think this one's a little too far down compared to that one. Yeah, we'll scooch you down a hair. But other than that, I think you're okay. Oops. All right, I think that's not too bad. Those are a little off. This guy's got to get scooched in. Ah, you guys. Getting too picky here. You need to come down a little. And you need to angle a little. All right, I think I'm calling it right there. I think it looks good. I think we're fine. I'm gonna press it. So once you have everything in its spot, then you can go ahead and do the final fuse. We're calling it. We're doing it. So about, I don't know, 10 seconds or so on here. I'm not even sure it says in the instructions in the product instructions how much to press it down, but we're sewing it down too, so if it's not perfectly fused, I think that's fine. Alright. It's already looking better. Alright, so now we do just like how we did the circle. We sew all the way around these guys. I think, I wonder if I should start in the middle and kind of go around and end up kind of in that spot. Maybe I start like right where it's on the circle in each, and that again is being a little picky. So let's just get to the sewing machine and do it. Oh yeah, so I think it's turning out cute. I mean, it's hard to tell. So again, we're doing the very, very pale colors. So from far away, it's just a little kind of like yellowy, creamy looking, but close up, it's gonna have a lot of detail, this quilt for sure. So I'm just gonna follow that edge again. I'm not gonna back tack. We'll do that where we pull the ends through. So we'll have a bunch of those to do. All right. This part will be a little interesting. These tight little curves. Ooh, okay, this one's not going to be great, but it's the first one. I think I can go one more stitch. There we are. It doesn't look that bad. So I'm lifting the foot a little bit. That's why my hand's over here. Sometimes to do these big kind of pivots, you need to lift the presser foot up a little bit. All right, and to the starting point. There. I am going to pull it off and trim each time because I don't really want it to really pull as I sew. So we're going to just start fresh each time. But it looks pretty, like that orange really kind of makes a difference, the outline of it. The orange thread here. So 6 of these guys. So we'll just chill here for a little till we're done with that, and then tie the ends. And then we'll have finished two Splendid Sampler blocks in 3 days. Not too shabby. After this one, we'll have 25 to go. So we're in that last quarter now. That's exciting. It's been a long project for sure. And we were working a lot more heftily on this, like we were taking a full week to work on it, but this year I've just been doing like a day or two a month. So it's definitely, we've slowed down the process a bit, but I don't know, one of these days we'll have to like binge do a bunch or do a bunch of the quilting or something. Okay, 2. I'll probably just go until I finish this tonight because I want to clean up this space so we can do something else. I don't know what we'll do tomorrow though, so I'm not going to be here Friday, but tomorrow I'll be here yet. And we have that crochet project, that doily. I might just work on that. We could also stitch another one of those farm animal embroideries. I think that might be kind of fun too. Can you see through the presser foot for that machine? I can't very well. I can see... Ooh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, sorry. Man, fuzzles everywhere. But I can see just a little bit. So I can see the edge of the presser foot, like touching the edge of the fabric, but it's not like a see-through presser foot. 3 more. Got the hang of it though, I think. Definitely giving this definition though, so I'm happy we're outlining it with this bright color. Theoretically, you could do like a super decorative stitch or something fun, but I have literally a straight stitch on this machine, so that's what we're using. And 2 more. The squeaky noise is my pedal, just me like tapping it. Tapping it so it ends up just where I want it, the needle. Okay, 1 more. Then we can pull these to the back and it's done. Much faster than if we needle turn applique it, even though that would have been really pretty. Needle turn applique is so pretty because each piece looks like it's kind of poofed up above the surface. I just think it's just so sweet. But it takes time, and I want to get these done more than I want to do needle turn applique. Every once in a while I'll be like, nah, I want to, let's take that break. Let's do that needle turn applique. Let's do it. But I'm in the get it done mode. Oops, I think I went off the piece. All right, that's that. Oops, I guess almost got 1 more stitch in there. All right, so there we are. I am going to tuck in all the edges here. Why doesn't my ironing mat look, oh, melted and burned like mine? Oh, the wool mat, it does, it kind of does close up. I got like a kind of, it's getting yellow in the middle here for sure. Especially I have a couple more, and especially this is the one I use the most, but it's getting there. It's definitely, the edges are a different color than the middle, that's for sure. All right, let's flip let's trim these fronts just so that they're easier to pull through. And then we'll bring them to the back. Tie them off, and be done with them. I don't really need to do this, but I just don't want to like be pulling a giant long piece through to the back. Looks like none of them are really that long. Oh, right here, this one's kind of long. All right. Should we do this one at a time or all at once? I'm kind of thinking one at a time. All right. I'm going to pull a little bit on each of these threads. And that should pull like a loop of that thread from the front to the back here. Although this is seeming kind of stuck. I think I sewed that in a little bit. Nope. Dang, yeah, this guy's kind of stuck in here. Oh, there we go. Got it. Just had to pull a little harder. Heard the little pop. Okay, come through, though. Ooh, I almost think... Oh, geez, do I have 4 back here now? Yeah, okay. You know, it was almost like it was sewn through itself a little bit. Oh, we look good from the front, though. So here's what this does, like, pulling those threads back, like, you cannot see where I started and stopped that line there. Like, not at all. So that's what's so cool about pulling the threads to the back. You just can't tell. And I'm just going to tie it in a little knot, which is probably overkill. Probably don't need to do this at all. These threads can just hang out on the back, but I don't know. Now it's a habit, I guess. But I should, like, Google if I really need to tie these down, because it's a whole step I could eliminate from the process, which I suppose is good. Did I finish all the knots on the granny square quilt? Linda, I did, except for like 3, because I want to film how to do the 3, just so people can see how to do the how to do like the hand tied quilt. I just have not gotten there. I haven't gotten to it yet, so theoretically it's practically done, but I haven't done like I said, like 3 little ties. And then I want to wash it too. I want to show what it looks like before and after a wash, because those little knots will really like tighten up, I think. So not quite, but yeah, maybe I can pull that out here soon too. Get her done. Oh, can I? Oh, I think River City Creative. I think I read your comment wrong earlier. I have no idea what kind of presser foots I can get for this. They're asking, can I get a see-through presser foot for this machine? And I have no idea what types of presser feet exist for this machine. I should actually look it up sometimes. It's a really unusual foot, like how it attaches. I haven't seen it on. And it's not like any of my other machines, or a machine I've seen, so I would have to like look it up at a specialty place. Where I buy parts for these old machines is typically this online store called Sewing Parts Online, and I've been able to find the parts for these old machines, like old belts and wheels and motors and feet and all that sort of stuff, but I haven't looked for specifically presser feet for this machine. I have gotten stuff for the motor. Oh god, this one's being annoying. I'm gonna try and do them one at a time. I cut these a little too short, I think. A little too hard to tie. I'm gonna have to do them individually. But yeah, I got stuff to clean the motor and get new graphite things in it so the motor runs. That's a whole weird process. And a new wheel for it, a new motor pulley is what they're called, I think. But it's just like that little rubber wheel. But yeah, I haven't looked at the feet for this one. I cannot tie this. Okay, good, got it. There we are. That one was tough. Hopefully the other ones aren't that short. I wouldn't know. Oh, I'm like, what order did I go into? There's a knot here, but I forgot we did that's the, from the circle. just pulling through the piece from the back. Telling you, it's surgery on this guy. There we go. All right. Oh, I did cut those kind of short too. Oops, and I missed a thread. Let's try that again. Doing 3 on one side and 1 on the other. Alright, never mind. I think it's good enough. Snip. How many more? 2 more, it looks like. Then this guy's done. Oh man. So next time I gotta make a mental note for myself to cut these way longer, like not to cut them that short on the front. These are annoyingly short. Although I tied that one a whole lot faster. Oh God, missed you. Ah, there we go. Last up. There. Alright, we're only tying that one in 1 knot. I'm over the knots. Let's just trim them. They'll be inside the quilt too. And it's fused down. I don't think it needs to be on, but there we go. Okay, you can totally not tell on any of these where I started and stopped. That is exactly the look for that pulling the thread to the back. So there we are. This guy's done. He's all outlined in that bright orange. So here we go. These are our 2 for this week, and we can cross it out of here you go. Our 2 for this week. So 2 more out of the 100 done, and I am going to look at that front, and we are going to cross out 2 more blocks. Or I think we crossed out the 1 already, but let's cross out this one, and then we'll see what's next on the list. Been waiting for this. Out of here. And now we can make this, we have 20, I'll go over here now, 25 unfinished blocks. So we are officially 3/4 of the way through. Our next one, what are the next 2? Metropolis and My Happy Place, so 32 and 88. So the next one is, we're going in order still, so 32. All right, so a pieced one again. I think we looked at this already yesterday, but it's nice. We'll do a pieced one. What was the problem keeping the thread longer before? I mean, I could have kept it longer. I just didn't want a super long piece that I'm pulling through and where's the end of this? So I just trimmed them down, and I think that was stupid. All right, and then 88. It wasn't stupid. It was just it would have been easier. Oh, we got quite the applique one here, so that's going to be a little like sewing machine feller that we're making. All right, so Metropolis, that'll probably be next month. We'll see when we work on this. But a cute little applique sewing machine. Dang, there's a lot of detail going on up in here too, so this will be interesting. I mean, there's like these little patches, and I gotta think those are probably a 1/4 inch big because this is a 6-inch block. So this is like 3 inches, 1 inch. They're about a 1/2 inch big, those little pieces, I bet. Crazy. Okay, that's gonna be a lot of. We're gonna definitely do the raw edge applique, kind of what we did here. We're gonna do that same process for this because that's a lot of pieces, and it'd just be nice to stick them all down at once. Okay, I gotta see what comes after that too. Okay, my own little corner, 118. It's fun seeing these ones that we haven't done yet. It's like, dang, there are a lot of these yet. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I can't even remember what anything's called. Foundation paper piecing. We got a whole foundation paper pieced one with some hexes in as well. Oh, that'd be kind of fun. I like doing those. But anyway, we are officially 3/4 of the way done. I like seeing that, and we got 2 finished blocks here. And I can clean my area. That's going to be the best part because this is like crazy busy here. Ooh, but I did want to share, since we have a few minutes left, I'll share the doily project that I'm doing. And it actually requires, so here's my bin that I have all my excess floss in. This is what we use to do the pom-poms and everything, and it's just been filling up again. So I'm like, oh, what if I make a doily out of the scrap of floss again? And so I found this doily pattern in my stash of random stuff I printed out a zillion years ago. So this is from like I don't know, from Pinterest from like maybe 8 years ago or something. I printed this out, and it was kind of pretty, and it didn't seem so big. Like, it didn't seem like it was going to be such an undertaking that it would last forever. So I decided to do that. But what I did is I grabbed a clump of embroidery floss from my bin here, and then I divided it up into warm and cool colors plus black and white. And I'm making 3 doilies right away of the different colors. So I got a black and white one, a red, like a warm color one. It's like red and yellows and oranges and browns, and then I got this blue, purpley green one. So I think they'll all get about this big maybe. So it's kind of fun. So the trick with embroidery floss, though, that's crazy when you're making a doily out of this, is that you have so many threads to tuck in. So like anytime I change a color, which is basically when I run out of a color, I have to start a new thread, and those threads have to be tucked in. So it's crazy the amount. So here's the back of the orange one. And then I already tucked in this evening a bunch on the purple, but just not the cool colored one, but just not on the outside. But like, look at the difference. It's just, I mean, it gets crazy to just nice and clean already. So anyway, and then the black and white one is only this far because I didn't pull out any more black and white from my bin here. But I got all my stuff that I'm using for it, my crochet hook and my scissors. Oh, and then my extra, when I'm cutting off the ends, I'm throwing in that little tray there. Those I'll probably try and put on these. And then when I pull threads out of here that aren't all 6 strands, that seem kind of thin, those ones I've just been winding around a pom-pom maker. So eventually we'll have a pom-pom out of the floss as well. So anyway, we are ticking away at using up some more floss, and I gotta make another doily, which has been kind of fun. So I had to have a little show and tell with you. Been putzing on that. But all right, you guys. Thanks again for hanging out with me here. I think we'll call it a night. Got good progress on this week, and I'm not sure what we'll be doing tomorrow. It'll be a little surprise, I guess. And then I won't be here on Friday or Monday, and then I'm kind of question marking next week. It's kind of like a holiday week. It's my birthday next week, so it's gonna be a question mark. I may be visiting my parents and stuff one or the other weekend, so we'll see how it goes. But I will be here tomorrow, though. So have a lovely, lovely rest of your Thursday, or Wednesday. It's only Wednesday. Rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a lovely evening. Good night.